The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to the Box Score Breakdown Show, a Hoop Ball presentation. My name is Adrian Benjamins, and I'm joined by Neil Rochlani, and this episode's brought to you by Hawaiian Isles Kona Coffee Company. Taste the Kona difference and get some delicious coffee from Hawaii. Head over to hawaiianisles.com and Amazon. Neil, my man, I am so happy that you're back. I had to roll solo yesterday. Never is fun when you're by yourself.
Yeah, it's tough because I can just pause and then all of a sudden there's this pause, like I got to go back and kind of like delete it. Yeah, it's tough. It's really hard for me to keep going by myself. But thank you for doing that last night. And I'm back tonight, baby. So ready to go. Some of this, I survived and advanced in one of my I should say, fantasy leagues. But you know what, Adrian? I was so much like just stressed out about finishing it and like following that week. I forgot to plan ahead for this week. So I'm so used to roto formats. I'm not used to these. You have to stream. And right now, Dan is doing like a master's class on streaming on Fantasy NBA today. And I'm trying to do it, but I'm too hung up in the moment of just tracking them with my results to really do it effectively. And I'm probably gonna get walloped this week because of it. So I don't think I'm gonna make another round in that playoff. But the Hoop Ball Playoff League started this week for me. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm just trying to like not screw up my rotisserie league. That is my main goal in life. So anyway, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm really excited for this week. As you said, first week of the playoffs in the Hoop Ball Staff League. So I am excited. And yeah, are your leagues the type of leagues where you have to make the pickup the day before? Like if you pick up a guy, you don't get him till the next day. Like, is that how most of your leagues are?
Yeah, I haven't, and I've also been really busy with work, so I haven't had much time to really track it, like to plan it out. And I didn't realize Hayward got injured and was going to like the extended injury. And so I was like, oh, he'll have 4 games this week. And I wasn't even paying attention to how his injury was going to linger. Obviously, it's pretty bad. He's going to be out today. He was out today. He's going to be out Wednesday. Who knows if he'll come back anytime soon. So I dropped him and picked up Aminu. He only has a 2-game week, but I really like his stat set. So I thought it better that, yeah. So, and there's not that many players out there. It's a 14-team league. So
yes,
it's very slim pickings anyway. So, but yeah, no, I picked him up today, and I didn't get to start him because I don't get him till tomorrow. So unfortunately, yeah.
I need to drop Tyler Johnson in the Hoop Ball Staff League, and I need to take a look at the week and see who would be a really good pickup where I can still get the maximum amount of games from Tuesday to Sunday. So, likely as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to put my research hat on and see who I can pick up to get the most amount of games, dropping Tyler Johnson. So, yeah, man, you guys, it's that time. It's the nitty gritty. We got to start getting down. So, Neil, what else is going on? Any news or notes that you think is
well, the one new no. Well, I mean, I was really hoping JJJ would come back by now. I was holding on to him, and it looks like it's just he's not going to play again this season, right? I mean,
I'm holding him in the Hoop Ball Staff League as well as in my home league, my Roto League. And, I'm just going to hold him because I've got an IR spot where I don't have anyone else to put in that IR spot. But, man, if I'm in a league where you don't have that luxury, I drop him. I mean, there's no sign. I mean, he could be back, but there's no sign that he will be back. So
yeah, I don't think he will.
Yeah.
No, I have him in an injury spot. I just want his stats. I just want him out there.
Man, when they moved Mark Gasol,
yes.
I was salivating. I was like, oh my goodness, it's JJJ time. And it just hasn't happened with this injury, man. So really disappointed because I thought JJJ was just going to go bonkers for the rest of the season. And it's very disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, Other news and notes I'm looking at right now, there's nothing really significant. I mean, obviously, guys are resting. Winslow was out tonight. Love was out tonight.
Kawhi Leonard, I think, too.
Kawhi's, yeah, he's obviously on that resting plan. So we're gonna see this, and then tanking teams. Porter's out tonight. I know he has an injury, but all those guys could be shut down within the next 2 weeks. So hopefully your playoffs will be done before then. Teams like guys like Zach LaVine, who knows what's going to happen, and marketing. At least they should be shutting down because Zion. My God, did you watch?
Did you see Zion?
Did you see I watched the ACC championship game. I watched part of that.
Wow. So the game before the ACC. Wait. That was the North Carolina.
North Carolina was a semi. They beat Florida State in the championship.
Okay, the game before the North Carolina game, they played Syracuse. It was his first game back. Neil, I think he went 13 of 13. That or 12 of 12 from the field. Did not miss a shot. And, these aren't all dunks, Neil. He shot some threes in that game. So, man, Zion. How good does that guy look?
He is going to be so good. Someone said, I think Barkley said the best. I think Barkley might have said the best prospect since Jordan, which I was still thinking Anthony Davis. I still he's still my measuring stick for the best prospect of the last 10 years. Maybe Zion will be better. I don't know. I still will take, Davis is just so amazing.
Yeah.
It's so hard to imagine he's going to be better than Anthony Davis, but maybe we'll see.
We will see, man. I'm so excited. So excited for Zion for next season. All right, Neil, shall we jump into this?
Let's do it. We got a bunch of games. I can start us off since you did it all last night. Start off here with, I got Detroit, Cleveland. Detroit falls 119-126. A little surprising there. Was anybody out on Detroit? Yes, I guess Blake Griffin was out. Well, that explains a lot. Andre Drummond, 21 points, 21 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 of 20 shooting, 2 steals, a block. Let's see, 3 of 6 from the line. The Wings continue to disappoint in Detroit. Bruce Brown Jr., 17 minutes, not much of a stat line. Wayne Ellington, though, I should have held my tongue there. He actually had a nice night, 25 points on 8 of 15 shooting, 7 3-pointers, 2 steals, a rebound, 2 assists. You don't expect much else from steals and 3-pointers from him, and tonight he delivered big time. Thon McCurr getting the start in 33 minutes, not doing a whole lot, but not bad. 7 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and a 3-pointer. Reggie Jackson getting a little more usage tonight, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 3-pointers. Galloway, likewise, 26 minutes off the bench. Ish Smith, 24 minutes. I guess we should talk about Griffin's injury. I did not know the extent of this. Do you have news on that? I did not see them in my headlines. That's surprising.
He was probable coming into this. I'm reading it's just kind of load management, like a rest thing. So yeah. I don't think it's anything where he's going to miss any extended time. I think he'll be back in the next game. Yeah. Really surprising. Did they play?
They did. It's a back-to-back. Yeah.
Okay. So they're just being cautious. I think they're pretty much locked into a playoff spot. Is that correct? So maybe they're just being safe here.
Yeah, they are. They've got like a 3-game lead. But I figured against Cleveland, you want to like just make sure you don't lose that one. But anyway, they did. So.
Very interesting. You know what, Neil? What if they had the opposite mindset where they're like, Cleveland is so bad, maybe we could rest Blake and still get the victory. If that was their mindset, it likely backfired.
Yeah, no kidding. Or maybe they're like, Cleveland's not going to want to win anyway, so maybe they won't. They'll pull their starters and Love is out. I don't know. It's just it's silly. I think you have to take the wins when you can get them.
All right.
Anyway, as far as fantasy goes, there's nothing really here for me. I think, like you said, Blake will be back, so this kind of goes back. Ellington obviously can be worth a stream for 3 and D, but I wouldn't expect a lot. He'll be decent.
Yeah, I agree. And, we saw some nice games, as you said, from Ellington, some of these guys. But let's not forget, man, Cleveland, probably one of the worst defensive teams. So, I guess with Blake out, bad defense, we got to kind of take this box score with a grain of salt here. Okay, I'm going to jump in on the Cavs. Cavs missing some key guys here. Larry Nance Jr. out. Kevin Love was out of this one as well. Larry Nance Jr. did not play, so they are really shorthanded up in the front court. So let's take a look at the box score. I'm going to start with Cedi Osman, 21 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 steal. He was 5 of 5 from the line. He had 2 threes, 7 of 14. This is a good game. Colin Sexton, how is 5 of 6 from 3-point range? That's outstanding. 27 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 2 rebounds, 2 of 2 from the line, 10 of 6 from the field. Neil, you and I have both said that we think this guy, maybe in a few seasons, should be a really solid starting point guard. So, yeah, he looks pretty good. Brandon Knight, a lot of people streaming Brandon Knight, and I really missed out on this one. 16 points, 1 steal, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He had 2 threes, shot 7 of 13. It's a pretty good game from him. Nwaba got the start. Had a nice game, 13 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. He was 5 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from the line. Zizic got the start, but he had 8 points, an assist, a steal, 6 rebounds. I'm not too high on picking up Nwaba or Zizic because I'm hopeful that we'll see Kevin Love and Nance back soon. So I wouldn't go crazy about making a pickup there. Jordan Clarkson's always good off the bench for some points. He had 14 points, an assist, 2 rebounds on 6 of 10 shooting, a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. Marquise Chris got some extended run, and he had a double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. But again, not really worth the move, I don't think, unless we hear that these guys are going to miss a lot of time. Neil, what do you think of the Cavs?
Cavs are interesting. If you're in a head-to-head format like I'm learning here, you've got to stream not necessarily great players, but players that are going to get minutes, if you're in deeper leagues. And the Cavs have 3 more games this week. So they're a team I'm going to look at here. I'm going to look at Knight, see if he's available. Probably not. But Chris, we know when he gets minutes, puts up decent numbers. So I'm kind of desperate. And I don't know what they're going to do with Nance and Love. So maybe I would just roll with him if I have, not very good options at the end of my bench. So especially if you're in a league like me where you play as many games as you can, there's no cap and you want to get as many out there. The kind of the dregs here in Cleveland might be worth something if you're in my situation. So that's all I got on the Cavs. Obviously, I think the one thing we can take away is we can trust down the stretch. Osman's going to play. Sexton is going to play. Those 2 guys, they're going to want to develop them. I don't think they will rest anytime soon. So they're safe. All right, on the next game, Utah versus Washington. Jazz go in and win 116-95. Nice victory here. Let's see. On their side, Donovan Mitchell, 19 points, 8 of 18 shooting. Not a great line. Did have 3 3-pointers and a steal and a block. Not much in the other categories, though. Just 2 assists. I like to see him do better than that. 1 rebound. Gobert, 14 of 14 with 3 assists, 6 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line, 1 steal, 2 blocks. This is like a typical Gobert night. It's just solid. Let's see. Ingles had a nice game here, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 3-pointers, and a steal. Derek Favors. Adrian, I don't know. I think he might have gotten hurt. Just played 12 minutes tonight, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Left early. And then Rubio, quiet night here, 27 minutes, 8 points, did have 10 assists, 4 steals. Jay Crowder, nice night off the bench, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 8 of 12 shooting, 2 blocks. Corver, someone I streamed last week but I let go of tonight, 17 minutes, 10 points, 3 assists. I don't think the Jazz have a very heavy week, so I don't think Corver's a stream this week. But if you need threes, he helped me out last week. I won by the skin of my teeth, Adrian. I needed every single shot that went down, so got to get him where you can. Not much else here to take away. This Jazz team is obviously playing for something for the future, so they're going to keep their starters in and will do what they keep doing. Any thoughts on the Jazz?
It looks like it was right hamstring tightness for Derek Favors, which is why he only played those 12 first half minutes. It doesn't sound serious, but quite possibly maybe Derek Favors misses another game or so. So, Neil, I was just talking about looking for someone to pick up. Maybe Jay Crowder would be the guy that could benefit if Favors misses a few games. So keep an eye on that situation. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal, man, this one feels disappointing because he has had so many great games with some giant like popcorn stat lines. So this one, 15 points, no defensive stats, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 4 of 12 from the field. So shooting wasn't great. 7 of 8 from the line. Look for him to bounce back. He's having a fantastic season. I'm not worried about him. A lot of these Wizards in general just did not play well. Thomas Satoransky with only 8 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, 4 of 7 from the field. Trevor Ariza with 12 points, but not much else. No defensive stats from him. 3 assists, 1 rebound, 2 threes on 5 of 7 shooting. Green with only 5 points here. 2 steals, 2 assists, 1 3 on 2 of 7 shooting. Bobby Portis kind of with a bummer line here. 11 points, no defensive stats, no assists, 5 rebounds, 3 threes on 4 of 9 shooting. So off the bench, it looks like some of these guys got some extended run off the bench, and it was Parker getting 30 minutes, and he shot well. 8 of 13 from the field for 19 points. 3 steals, 1 block, 1 assist, 7 rebounds. Did kind of hurt you in the turnover category, but he added a 3 and went a perfect 2-2 from the line. Not too much else to talk about. Thomas Bryant plays well occasionally. Wasn't happening for him, and I don't trust him for fantasy. And not much else here, Neil. What do you think of the Wizards?
Yeah, the one guy that might be available that I think is worth picking up would be, or streaming at least, down the stretch here is Parker, if he's out there. I think he seems to be pretty much, even when they get blown out, he seems to get, he's only got 30 minutes. He seems to still get solid mid to high 20 minutes every night. So and sometimes these starters do get pulled early if things aren't going well. Bradley Beal obviously is very safe. But I think Parker might be the other guy out there that I would trust. In terms of just a few games here and there. I don't know how their schedule is off the top of my head, but I really hope he's available. I don't have any faith in my team this week. Anyway, not much else to talk about here. We'll see what happens, obviously, with Washington out of the playoffs. If they do get shut down, that's a possibility. All right, Denver against Boston. Denver, nice win here in Boston, 114-105. Led by Jokic, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, 9 of 14 shooting, 3 steals, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Man, I love this guy. Will Barton with a nice game here, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists on 9 of 17 shooting, 2 3-pointers. Paul Millsap has been really strong this second half of the season, 12 points. Tonight, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 of 3 from the line, a 3-pointer. Gary Harris, someone who's been really disappointing this year, still starting. I know people have dropped him. Tonight, he kind of had a Gary Harris type night, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 3-pointers, and a steal. Torrey Craig got a nice run with 21 minutes. Plumlee, 21 off the bench. I forgot Jamal Murray played 29 minutes. Not much of a line here, though, just 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. I really like the talent of Monte Morris. If he could get more minutes, I would trust him. Maybe stream him if you're in a very deep league, but other than that, I don't think. I mean, it's basically the guys are who we know here in Denver. So not much changes here. Isaiah Thomas just played 7 minutes tonight. I thought he might get more of a run, kind of having his this revenge game against Boston and but just 7 minutes tonight. So when they need to win a big game, he's not out there. That's disappointing. Anyway, I don't think anyone owns him this season. Any thoughts on the Nuggets?
This team is so deep. It's they kind of remind me a lot of Boston, how they just have so many guys that can go off on any given night. I'm really happy to see Barton and Harris kind of pop in this game, because this is like what I expected from them all season. I know both guys have had injury issues this year, but really happy to see them playing well right now, especially so close to the NBA playoffs. This team, Neil, another team that I'm excited to see what they can do in the postseason, man. Yeah. All right. Going to jump over to the Boston side. Speaking of Boston, Kyrie Irving, 30 points, 1 block, 4 steals, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 threes, 10 of 23 from the field, a perfect 8 of 8 from the line. Jason Tatum was a little underwhelming here. The shooting wasn't so great. Only 3 of 12 from the field for 8 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 assists, 7 rebounds, and 1 3. Morris with a decent game here. 13 points, 1 steal, 1 assist, 5 rebounds. He had 2 threes on 4 of 7 shooting from the field. He was a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. Al Horford played nice. 20 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 threes on 8 of 15 shooting from the field. Marcus Smart doing his thing. 10 points, 2 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 of 11 from the field for him, man. The bench guys didn't really have it going. Terry Rozier, only 7 points in 21 minutes. Brown, in this limited role, he really can't be counted on. Only 6 points for him in 20 minutes. Not much to talk about on the bench. As you mentioned earlier, Neil, Gordon Hayward out. I believe he's in concussion protocol, so let's hope he does not miss too much time. Neil, what do you think of the Celtics?
Yeah, it's like we've talked about before. It's Kyrie, and then it's hard to know. I passed on Al Horford this year because I thought I'm always afraid that it's going to be the one year the guy kind of takes a dive. A guy who's a great player but past his prime, but Al's been doing it this year. I mean, they rely on him for so much, and it seems like when he plays well, they tend to play better. Tonight it didn't work out, but he's a big part of making this team go. Marcus Smart is someone I picked up. I don't know if he's out there in leagues. He is now starting, and for whatever reason, I kind of forgot about him because his percentages aren't very good. But you know what? He does so many things that it's just kind of hard to pass up if I can withstand the percentages. So I have him going. Other than that, though, not much else here. Expect Hayward to be out, I would say, all this week and maybe. So I think he can be dropped for the playoffs. All right. Knicks, Raptors. The Knicks get waxed here. No surprise. 92-128 up in Toronto. On the New York side, Adrian, help me here. Okay. And then Knicks. Let's look at their starting five. Kevin Knox, someone I thought maybe their best streaming option. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. I guess not terrible. 2 steals, 2 3-pointers on 4 of 14 shooting, Super Mario, someone I think I talked about what seems like 2 lifetimes ago, but it was earlier this year before the season started, and gets the start, 27 minutes, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Not much to talk about here, even with 27 minutes. Very disappointing for DeAndre Jordan, 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. He was not in foul trouble, just 1 foul. I guess they were just getting so blown out, they took him out. Moutier, 22 minutes, no fantasy to speak of. Dotson, kind of the same thing. I should take that back. Dotson did have 3 3-pointers and 2 steals along with 11 points. Alonzo Trier has a nice night here. I don't trust any of these guys, though. Mitchell Robinson, Adrian, fouled out in 14 minutes. He still got 3 blocks. This guy, he's just swatting at everything, I imagine, and sometimes hitting the ball. So this guy is so raw and so talented, though. He's going to be fine in this league. He just needs to get a better coach, and I don't know a better coach, but he just needs to develop a little better. Anyway, I trust Mitchell, even though tonight was terrible. Other than that, though, it's really hard beyond like DeAndre Jordan. Obviously, you're starting, and it's kind of it. Any thoughts on the Knicks?
Man, this team is a hot mess, Neil. Already coming into this game, the Knicks, they've just let me down so much. I know I sound like a broken record, so hard to trust. And then take into account they're missing Noah Vonleh. Dennis Smith Jr. was out on this one. Frank Ntilikina didn't play. So missing some guys, they get blown out. I'm just going to kind of take this game. I'm not going to try to read too much into this game or the Knicks in general, man. Mario Hezonja has piqued my interest, though. Maybe I like that he's starting. I like that he's getting big minutes. He was a guy coming into this season I thought could really stand out, but it hasn't happened, and I'm more just watching him to see what he can do. All right, Neil, I'm going to jump over on Toronto's side. Death taxes, and Kyle Lowry going down during the fantasy playoffs, Neil. I think those are the three things that you can count on in life. And man, let's hope this Kyle Lowry injury is not serious or it's not a major thing. Ankle, it seems like an ankle issue. So I do think, though, that Fred VanVleet needs to be owned. And VanVleet, 13 points, 12 assists, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 threes. Yeah, I'm going to check every league that I'm in as soon as the show's over, and I'm going to see if he's available. Can also benefit when Kawhi Leonard misses time as well. We know he's probably got some more rest days that are in store for him. Siakam, love this guy, Neil. You and I, we just can't say enough about how great this guy is. 19 points, a block, 5 assists with 8 rebounds, 1 3 on 9 of 14 shooting from the field. Marc Gasol getting the start, and decent game from him. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 threes on 4 of 8 shooting. 2 of 2 from the line. Neil, for some reason, I decided to sit Danny Green. I don't know. And, it's a decent game from him. 13 points, 1 assist, 4 rebounds. He did have 3 threes, 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 5 from the line. Jeremy Lin, man, just when I kind of given up on this guy with VanVleet here in the rotation, Jeremy Lin has a nice game. 20 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. He had 1 3, shot an efficient 7 of 11 from the field, 5 of 7 from the line. I'll just continue to watch him. I don't think he's worth a pickup because I think VanVleet is going to be the guy that you want to own there. Not much to talk about. I mean, Anunoby had a nice game, but I really don't trust his production in just minutes in the teen range. So Norman Powell as well. I don't trust him, but these guys could possibly have good games here and there, but I don't trust them for the most part. Neil, what are your thoughts on the Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, the Lowry thing's obviously we'll have to see how serious that is. Do you have any news on the type of injury? I'm sorry, I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't find anything.
You know what? I did actually. Let me re-pull it up. So they're calling it right ankle soreness, but I think they're going to be really cautious. I'm also really curious if he's going to get x-rays or an MRI. So I think we'll know more by tomorrow. Look, Neil, right? This guy's got major injury history.
Right.
The Raptors are for sure thinking about the postseason. Their goal is to get to the finals, right? That is their goal. They want to keep Kawhi Leonard. I would expect the Raptors to be extra cautious with Kyle Lowry, meaning even if he's kind of okay, I would still expect him to miss at least a few games. Fire up VanVleet.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to be very cautious. They're kind of locked into the 2 seed in the East. There's no way they can really lose that unless they, just tank. And it's going to be hard to catch Milwaukee at this point. Although, just 2 games back, you never know.
Neil, let me ask you. You right now, with what you know, I mean, we really don't have a lot of info.
Yeah.
You're fighting for your life right now in the fantasy playoffs. Yeah. What are you doing with Kyle Lowry?
I've got to hold him at least one more game and see. I mean, because I can't make it's too quick for me because there's nothing here that screams he's out for a while. If that was the case, if we knew he was out the next game right now, then that would change things. But
yeah, I like that take a lot. And look, I mean, Kyle Lowry, right? I mean, we're talking top 30 player. So,
right.
It's not like you're dropping the top 100 guy. So, and just as you said, let's say he just misses one more game, you still would keep him. So, yeah, I think that's a great take.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree. VanVleet would be the one to own if he would have missed. Although Jeremy Lin is interesting. When he gets mid to high 20s, he's usually pretty good. So if he can get that amount of time, although tonight's kind of misleading because they blew out the Knicks, so it's a lot of garbage time there. So that's not going to be the case every night. But again, if you're like me and desperate, maybe Jeremy Lin is someone you take a look at. All right, let's go on to the next game. He's really the only thing interesting there. And of course, then the tough news on Lowry, if it's something more than just, like you said, like a little ankle soreness. Golden State goes into San Antonio and loses, but the return of Andrew Bogut, 19 points tonight, Adrian. The man in the middle. I don't know how many championships he has, but it's a few. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 of 4 shooting, 1 steal. Cousins did, I believe, sit tonight, so that he's back with them, and Cousins doesn't look great. I know he's put up some nice statistics, but reality-wise, he doesn't look like he is at the same that he was his whole career. He looks a little bit slower to me. I don't know if that's his game shape or if that's something more lingering with the injury. Anyway, Durant is back tonight. 36 minutes, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Good to have him in your lineup. Draymond Green, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists. Steal, 3 blocks, 2 3-pointers. Very Draymond Green type line. Seth Curry, 25 points, 7 rebounds. Did I say Seth? I meant Steph Curry, of course. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. 9 of 25, though. Kind of struggled from the field. 6 of 18 from the 3-point land. He only took 7 twos and 18 threes. 3 steals and a block. Klay Thompson, not a great night. 5 of 18 shooting for him. 14, 5 and 5. I guess that's why this team lost. They went 14 of 43 between their backcourt, Splash Brothers. Not much else to talk about. I thought Kevon Looney might be a stream here, but I guess it's Andrew Bogut, right? I mean, if Cousins sits, it's Bogut. I thought it was going to be Kevon Looney. But I guess they're not afraid to plug him right back in. He knows the system. He knows these players. It's like he probably hasn't even left. So that's my only take. I guess Bogut's worth a flyer. We'll see how long Cousins is out for.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be cautious with Cousins too, right?
Yeah.
Coming off of surgery, it looks like a sore right foot. I mean, they're gonna be extra cautious with this guy. I expect him to miss a few more games or so, maybe even be limited, maybe even not play back-to-backs. Just as we said about Toronto, the Warriors, another team where pretty much all they're probably thinking about is the postseason. So they want to have Cousins at full strength. And Bogut, you know what's funny, Neil? When you got excited about someone returning, I thought you were talking about Kevin Durant.
Are you kidding me? It's Bogut, baby.
But you're right, man. Bogut is back, and just the nostalgia, right? Seeing Bogut back with the Warriors, it reminds you of that first championship team that they had. So just kind of nice to see this guy back on the Warriors. And Neil, just as you said, makes so much sense reality-wise, right? Because he probably already knows the system. He already knows how to play with Curry and Thompson and Green. So what a nice luxury to just pick this guy up right now. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Spurs side. Some great games from DeRozan and Aldridge. I'll start with DeRozan. 26 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 steal on 9 of 17 shooting from the field. Yeah, I wish this guy shot threes, man. If this guy shot threes, he would be like elite fantasy player. But still a pretty good fantasy player, though. 8 of 9 from the line from him as well. LaMarcus Aldridge is continuing his great season. A guy that, I kind of shied away from, but I really wish that I targeted him more. 23 points, 2 blocks, a steal, 3 assists with 13 rebounds, 1 3. He shot 8 of 12 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line. Derek White, this was an okay game. 12 points, 1 block, 2 steals, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 threes. Actually, this is a pretty good game from him. Shooting was okay, 5 of 12 from the field. Jakob Poeltl, 6 points, no defensive stats, 7 rebounds, no threes, no free throws, 3 of 6. As okay game. Forbes not happening. Only 3 points in 17 minutes. So he's just not getting the usage needed to be reliable with these other guys. And Rudy Gay had a nice game off the bench. Even though he's coming off the bench, he's still getting some pretty good minutes. So 27 minutes from him tonight. He had 17 points, a steal, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 3 on 7 of 16 shooting. He was a perfect 2 of 2 from the line. Neil, what are your thoughts on the San Antonio Spurs? Nice win for them.
Yeah, like you said, Aldridge and DeRozan have been just terrific this year. I mean, to get this win, they're still competing at such a high level against the best players. It's amazing to see. I mean, Aldridge especially. I was like you. I was a little nervous about him taking a dip this year, and then DeRozan. I didn't know what to expect coming into a different system, but he certainly is just. He's gotten better, which is amazing. He's gotten better fantasy wise and reality wise. But like you said, not a 3-point shooter, which kind of really hurts in this day and age when you have a wing who can't knock down threes. There's so many 3-pointers being shot out there. Let's see. I'm glad to see Rudy Gay is back and playing, significant minutes and in a competitive game and putting up a good line. Portal is the one guy I guess we could talk about. I was big on him coming into the season. Obviously he's had a very low usage season. Now he's in the starting lineup. I'm not buying it just yet. I think you kind of have to take a chance on him if you want him. He's probably taken in most leagues, but even if he gets dropped, I'm not going to rush out and get him. I just don't. He just hasn't done enough. I mean, he's just not someone who demands the ball. He's not in that system. He's not going to get a lot of stuff. He's not going to get a lot of touches. He's not going to get a lot of. He's the third highest rebounder tonight, so he's not going to get a lot of rebounds either. So if he blocks 2 or 3, 1 or 2 shots, you're happy. Other than that, though, I would not expect a whole lot. All right, let's go on to the Heat. Did you have anything else on the Spurs before I go on?
No.
Okay. Heat and Thunder. Miami here gets the win 116-107 on the road. Wow, nice win for them. Tough loss for the Thunder. Olynyk, you and I both talked about how he's safe. 36 minutes tonight. Solid line here. 18 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist on 7 of 10 shooting. 3-pointer, a steal, 3 of 3 from the line. Great percentages. Nice night. Bam gets 30 minutes, but just he kind of had an off night here. Just 8 points. He did have 7 rebounds and 4 assists and 2 steals and a block, but it felt kind of empty. Josh Richardson, likewise, 9.7 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 of 14 shooting. Waiters, 3 of 8 shooting. He is not really someone I trust. Back in the starting lineup, Derek Jones Jr. plays 17 minutes, puts up 8 points on 4 of 11. Excuse me, he's been struggling as well. Did have 2 steals. The Dwayne Wade, I guess that's what it comes down to. The Dwayne Wade farewell tour, 25 points tonight, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 10 of 17 shooting. Someone who should be owned, I think, in every league at this point. If you're need a stats, because he could hurt you, I guess, in field goal percentage. But tonight he was good, 10 of 17 shooting, 1 3-pointer, 1 steal, 1 block. And Goran Dragic, he's back, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 of 17 shooting, 6 3-pointers, 2 steals. Big night from him. James Johnson, 22 minutes off the bench. I'm trusting Goran Dragic again. If you weren't, I think it's okay. Pick him up if he's still out there for some reason. And then Hassan Whiteside, 5 minutes, 2 fouls. From a guy who I thought could have a huge year to being someone who's now kind of droppable at this point. So any thoughts on the Heat?
What a disappointment for Hassan Whiteside, huh? I mean, just as you said, a guy drafted pretty high, and a lot of people, there was so much buzz about him finally hitting his free throws. And I know in the offseason there was all this hype about him extending his range. And now Neil, I had to check to make sure he didn't get hurt tonight. I'm not seeing any injury, only 5 minutes. This is just it's just crazy. And Kelly Olynyk, that's the guy that I trust the most. Goran Dragic has been looking good off the bench. Even though he's coming off the bench, he's killing those second units. So roll with Dragic. And D Wade, man, turning back the clock, the farewell tour, man, 25 points from him. I would love to see the Heat make the postseason just to see him, make the playoffs one last time. Man, it's great stuff. All right, I'm going to jump over to the Oklahoma City Thunder and Russell Westbrook. What happened to this guy tonight? Let me double check this. 16th technical foul.
Yes, that was it. Yeah.
All right. Hey, I don't
I
know
forgot
about
about
you.
that too. Yeah. Did you see that foul he had on? Did you see that when he
I
just?
I missed it. What happened?
Oh, there was this. I don't know if it was the last game or the game before, where like he thought he got fouled by a player, and he just walked up and just bumped chest with them right afterwards and just fouled him. It just, I forget.
Oh man,
I forget who it
Russell
was. I
Westbrook.
think it might have been Klay Thompson. It's against the Warriors Saturday night. So
You know,
yeah,
you know what's really it's a double-edged sword, man, because part of me I love the passion that Russell Westbrook plays with, right? Like when he goes to the rim and you see just all that emotion, like it looks like he's going to tear it off. He just plays with reckless abandon. But the flip side to that too is, this stuff, the fouls, the technical fouls, and disappointing, especially I know you got him, you need him in this playoff matchup that you guys are probably in, but he'll be back. Most likely he'll triple double in the next game. So
sure, yeah,
hang tight with him. Neil, do you remember when Boogie Cousins, when he was at the Kings, like he always missed games at the end of the season because he always got like 16 technicals by the end of the season. So it was like guaranteed you were going to miss a game or two from Boogie Cousins at the end of the year. I remember having to deal with that. It sucked. But anyways. All right. So, with Westbrook out, Dennis Schroeder had a nice game, played 36 minutes, getting extended time, 20 points, did have 5 turnovers, but still had 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 threes on 7 of 16 shooting, was 4 of 6 from the line. Ferguson with the start, a low usage player, but actually this was a decent line here tonight. 9 points, 1 steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. He had 3 threes on 3 of 9 shooting. Every shot he took was from deep. Paul George, man, I know I sound like a broken record. Outstanding. 31 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, 5 assists with 9 rebounds. He had 4 threes. He shot 9 of 18. He was a perfect 9 of 9 from the line. If you got to complain about something, I guess it's the 5 turnovers, but whatever. Jeremy Grant with 27 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. Neil, I was watching some NBA TV and I saw Grant at the bottom of the screen and this big line, and I'm like, who's that? Like, I forgot. I was like, is that Jerry and Grant? Like, who could possibly, what Grant could be possibly having a big line? I guess he could do this every once in a while. Played 41 minutes here tonight. So, a good matchup for him and got some good run here. So he put up a nice line. Steven Adams with the double-double. 10 points, 12 rebounds. He did foul out in 25 minutes, but you're still pretty stoked that he gave you a double-double with 2 blocks, a steal, 3 assists. He shot efficient 5 of 6 from the field. Off the bench, I'm not even going to talk about any of these guys on the bench, Neil. I don't trust any of them. What are your thoughts on the OKC Thunder?
yeah. I was really hoping Markieff Morris could be a stream here at some point in OKC. Like you said, can't trust him at all. Just a very low. He's been not doing much in reality or fantasy wise since coming over to OKC. I thought he would have a bigger role. I think he came over here in the buyout market. I don't know if it was a trade or a buyout market. But I thought he came here for a reason, and clearly it's not really working out for him. Not much else here. Like you said, Jeremy Grant, someone I missed out on earlier. We'll see where he goes next season. That's the one curiosity for me now, because guys sometimes get overvalued, but I think he's still getting better as a player. Like I think he's still growing. So I could see his stats getting better next year as well. That's all I got on the Thunder. Russ will be back next game. All right, Pelicans, Mavericks. I've got 16 seconds left, but
I think we could do it. They got what do they got, a 4-point lead?
Yeah, let's just do the stats now, and they'll be off by a little bit.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Went to overtime, so this one got timed out a little bit. Pelicans, I'm assuming they're going to win. All right, 125-121 with 16 seconds to go in overtime. Apologies for it's not a complete box score. Payton, Adrian, this guy almost did me in this week. 18 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. This is amazing. 2 3-pointers. We know Drew Holiday was out tonight. So, yeah, I didn't even see that. Oh, gosh. Anyway, we'll see how long that lasts. Frank Jackson, someone you talked about, he had a solid game here. 19 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 4 from the line, 2 3-pointers, a steal, and a block. Anthony Davis, hey, Adrian, you got 26 minutes tonight. It's more than his 21. I'm still rolling with him in the Hoop Ball League, so I like this. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 of 11 from the field, a 3-pointer, a steal, a block, 3 turnovers. Kenrich Williams, 40 minutes at this point, 8 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Looks pretty good. Randall, we knew this guy was going to go nuts once Anthony Davis was sort of like getting his half rest time and Mirotic was gone. 30 points tonight. He is what's up with the Lakers trading all these guys and they turn out to be good everywhere else? Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell. See what happens next year if they make some big moves. Darius Miller, not really. I thought he might be worth streaming tonight, 31 minutes, but not much in fantasy line. Same with Diallo. Clark. Yeah, Jackson, I think, is the one you want to pick up here if there's anyone available. Between him and Williams, I'd pick up Jackson. I think both, though, can be picked up and streamed for the last few games of the season. You have any thoughts on the Pelicans?
Neil, you will not believe it when I say that Elfrid Payton has 5 straight triple doubles. Wow. I don't know what's gotten into this guy. He's been a triple double machine lately, and it's outstanding. And, I don't know. I think today the Pelicans officially got knocked out of the playoffs, meaning they have no shot at making the playoffs. I don't even think they want to make the playoffs with, as we know, with Anthony Davis, who will be moved. So, Frank, I think that my point that I'm trying to get at is that I think the Pelicans are going to be extra cautious with Drew Holiday, meaning, as you said, Neil, go grab Frank Jackson. This is why I liked him. I know, this line's a little inflated with the overtime, but I think he's capable of being a nice low-end point guard. And Elfrid Payton looks locked and loaded. Julius Randle looks locked and loaded. As you said, Neil, I love that Anthony Davis got some extended run here. So let's hope that keeps up. And that's all I got, man. I'm going to jump over on the Dallas side. I'm going to start with Luka Doncic, man. Triple-doubled, 29 points with 10 assists, 13 rebounds. My vote a rookie of the year, not Trae Young. Luka, I'm just kidding, you guys. Trae Young's outstanding, too. 10 of 26 from the field, 1-3, 8 of 11 from the line. Great game from him. Neil, I actually played in my Roto League. I put Frank Jackson in my lineup. Another guy I put up in my lineup, Brunson, and he did not let me down. 14 points, a steal, a block, 4 assists with 3 rebounds, 1-3, 6 of 13 shooting from the field, 1 of 1 from the line. He looks locked and loaded for the rest of the season, right? Like, his value's not coming because he's starting for an injured player. Like, this looks like a solid, like he's locked into this role here for the rest of the year. Another guy who's locked into his role, Dwight Powell, 16 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 8 rebounds, 1-3 on 6 of 8 shooting, 3 of 4 from the line. He's rostered everywhere and playing really well. Tim Hardaway Jr. with a nice game, 21 points, a steal, a block, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 7 of 18 from the field. 3 threes, 4 of 4 from the line. Dirk Nowitzki, Neil, he passed Wilt Chamberlain tonight. I think he now is in the number 6 spot, or he passed number 6 to get the number 5 spot, something like that, for the most points all time. He had 8 points here tonight. So what a legend. What can you say about Dirk Nowitzki? I'm not even going to mention these bench guys, Neil, except that I can't wait to see Porzingis. Not this season, but next season, man. Neil, I'm salivating about the idea of Luka Doncic with Porzingis. Yeah. I am very encouraged that Porzingis is doing some 5-on-5 work, so can't wait to see this guy next year. Neil, what do you think of the Mavericks?
Man, great for Dirk to get to that milestone. I think the biggest news here, well, the two guys who we've talked about, Brunson and Powell, continue to play, 30 plus minutes every night for the last like 2 weeks. So they're probably already owned. So I'm trying to think if anyone here else can be streamed. Kleber, I'm not big on his game. I know he has some talent, and I think he might be a decent role player at some point in his career. But right now, I just don't trust it. Finney Smith, same way. It's really Brunson and Powell, and then Hardaway Jr. is going to get a lot of shots. I'm a little nervous about a stat set. And I think they're going to give Dirk a chance to start every game the rest of the season. And he only played 12 minutes tonight. He may not play more than, a dozen minutes a night, 15 minutes a night. But and that's going to eat up into everyone else's sort of minutes. And so I don't really think there's anyone else worth streaming. But like you, I'm in love with Luka Doncic. So we'll see. I cannot wait to see that combination too with Porzingis. And then God, this is going to be an interesting team. This is going to be a really good team. Yeah. But yeah, they're at least a season away from making it interesting. All right. Those are the games that are completed. You've got Adrian will be back for 2 more. I get to say that. That's so exciting.
All right, you guys. Neil, a pleasure having you on the show again, man. It's just, this is so much more fun and better than rolling by myself. But as Neil said, I will be back for 2 more games. The Bulls, the Suns, the Pacers, the Blazers. Neil, any closing thoughts on this night on the fantasy playoffs in general?
I would just say if you are like me and you are new to head-to-head, you got to look ahead to stream. You can't do it 2 nights before, 1 night before, 3 days before. You need to do it about 4 days ahead. So I'm going to, once we get off the phone, I'm going to do a quick search on my team to see if I have any chance of not getting blown out in one of my leagues. So it's a lesson learned, Adrian.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging in there with us, for listening and supporting the show. Hit us up on Twitter. He's at Ball with Neil. I'm at Adrian Benjamins. Hang in there, guys. I'm going to come back for 2 more games. Neil will be back tomorrow. We'll see you later. What's up, you guys? I am back for the final 2 games of the evening. Let's get into it. Let's start with the Chicago Bulls and the Phoenix Suns. The Bulls getting the victory 116-101. Zach LaVine had a nice game here. 17 points, 1 steal, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. He had 2 threes, shot 5 of 10 from the field, 5 of 5 from the line. Did have 7 turnovers, so that was probably the one buzzkill on his line. Harrison got the start, but didn't do too much. 6 points, 4 steals, 1 assist, 3 rebounds. He was 3 of 9 from the field. Lauri Markkanen bounced back after a bad game in the last one. He had 17 points, 2 blocks, 2 assists, 9 rebounds, 1 3, 7 of 15 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Chris Dunn, I feel like he's been playing much better lately. He's been disappointing this season. Definitely has been underwhelming overall for the season. 14 points for him, 1 block, 2 steals, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He had a 3, shot 5 of 10 from the field, a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. Robin Lopez with a nice game, 24 points, 1 block, 2 assists, 7 rebounds. He was 11 of 14 from the field, very efficient on 2 of 2 shooting from the line. Off the bench, not much to talk about. I hope you guys are not really counting on any of these bench guys for the Bulls. We were missing Otto Porter in this one, so let's hope that he returns very soon. Okay, I'm going to jump over to the Suns. Mikal Bridges with an okay game. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 1 3 on 4 of 8 shooting, 3 of 5 from the line. Devin Booker was nice. 25 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. He added a 3, shot 9 of 24, 6 of 10 from the line. So the shooting wasn't that great. DeAndre Ayton. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is a really nice line from Ayton. 25 points, 3 steals, 3 blocks with 3 assists, 12 rebounds. He was 12 of 17 from the field and a perfect 1-1 from the line. Dragon Bender, hope you don't count on him. D'Anthony Melton, got the start. I was really hoping for a usable line from him, but that didn't happen, man. Goose Egg, 0 points in 22 minutes. Josh Jackson was nice off the bench. He had 18 points, a steal, 2 assists, and 7 rebounds. To go along with 2 threes, he shot 6 of 13 from the field. He was 4 of 6 from the line. No Oubre Jr., which is really disappointing, man, because he has been really good. We're in the fantasy playoffs, so you want this guy to be balling. So hopefully we'll see him back real soon. All right, let's jump to the last game of the evening. The Indiana Pacers and the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers getting the victory to 106-98. I'm going to look at the Indiana side first. Where to go? How about Miles Turner? 28 points, 2 steals, 1 assist, 10 rebounds. He added 2 threes. Shot 9 of 17 from the field, 8 of 10 from the line. Wes Matthews, 14 points, a block, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 threes on 4 of 8 shooting, 3 of 4 from the line. Bogdanovich, 15 points, 3 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 6 of 13 from the field, a perfect 3 of 3 from the line. Darren Collison with 9 points, 2 steals, 7 assists, 1 rebound, 1 3. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line. Thad Young, only 2 points, but he did have a steal, a block, 4 assists, 10 rebounds. He only shot 1 of 8 from the field, which is a bummer. Sabonis was a little disappointing. 7 points, 1 block, 1 assist, 7 rebounds. He shot 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line. I'm hoping he bounces back in the next one. It's been just non-existent for Tyreek Evans this season, which has been a bummer. And not much really else to talk about as far as the Pacers go. So that is it for Monday night slate. I hope you guys all had a great start. And thank you guys so much. Neil and I will be back for Tuesday night. And we'll see you guys later.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.